Yo, what's up, everybody? We're back. Welcome to another episode, the Off Flight Podcast. I'm here with Brandon, award-winning host, if you guys haven't heard, and Jeff, the guy behind the camera. So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Today, we're with Macey. She is the owner of Heat Street, providing that fire for everybody. Sneakers, old vintage stuff. What else?
Streetwear, just in general, pretty much. Anything that's cool, I'll sell it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like that. Simple as that.
Yep.
That's cool. But in you're based out of Spokane too, right?
Yeah.
Not
So started in
Tri-Cities.
Tri-Cities, moved up to Spokane for school, and then I just graduated, so now I work up there, and I'll just keep going in Spokane and keep growing there.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
So, can you like let everyone know kind of like how you got into it, like into this industry, like what led you to fashion in general, and like how this kind of started for you?
Yeah. I feel like I've always been into fashion just throughout my whole life, but didn't really know about streetwear, didn't know about sneakers. And then in high school, I went thrifting and I got this like Tommy Hilfiger quarter zip and then something else. I can't remember what it was. And I flipped it to a local like resale shop and I made money. And I was like, like you could make money doing this just like
dope.
thrifting and flipping. So I did it again with a red pair of Converse and I made like maybe like $10 off it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is it. Like, this is what I want to do. And just selling to resale shops and watching them resell it for more. It's just like, could I be that reseller to make the most profit instead of selling to like a shop who's going to sell it to someone else? So after like thrifting a little bit, I was just like, yeah, this is what I want to do. But being like a female in the industry, I didn't think that people would trust me or like want to buy from me. So I didn't really have the confidence to start up on my own, which is sad to say because I should have just done it. But I had a partner back then and we were sitting in one of our classes and we're just like, okay, we're doing it. So instead of paying attention, we just made an Instagram and we're thinking of names, and I'm a fan of like the rhymey names. So I was like, Cop Shop, that's it. So then we started like Cop Shop. And then just starting it, I kind of figured everything out in the industry. Like I got to know more about vintage, got to know more about sneakers. So I didn't necessarily start out having this huge base of knowledge. It just kind of grew over time. And then when I was in college, we didn't really put a lot of effort into it. So it was kind of just stagnant. It didn't grow because we didn't put the time in. We were just too busy doing school and sports and stuff. So then we got sent home for COVID and I was like, okay, I'm literally home all the time. What am I going to do with my life? So I decided I'm going to work out and I'm going to work. So we kind of like separated off and I just wanted to rebrand. Like I wanted everyone to know this isn't a partner thing. This is Macey's business and it's going to be different. It's going to be better than it was before.
Watch out.
So that's when Heat Street started, just over COVID, and I just grinded that summer. And it was easy to do just because I was home all the time. I was living with my parents all the time, so I didn't have like a lot of expenses to pay. So all the money I made just got reinvested in the business. So it saw the most growth over that time. And then after going back to school and seeing the growth it made over the summer, I was just like, I have to keep doing this. So it was really cool just to see my inventory grow over the years. Like when I first started, I didn't have a lot of money, so it was one sneaker at a time, flipping one sneaker to one sneaker, and then now I have inventory of 50 sneakers at a time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We like to like motivate people, and so when we think of COVID, like everyone had a chance, right, to do something or like really like be honest with yourself, right? Like, am I gonna go for this or not? So to see you doing that, that's awesome. And then also just like the fact that you don't have to jump into the industry and know every sneaker there is or know everything that's hot. Like for you just bought something that you thought was dope and you made some money. So you're like, oh, there's something there. So that's pretty cool.
It's just such a growing process looking back at what I used to sell. Not saying that it wasn't cool. It's just my page has evolved so much. And even product photos. So when I first started Heat Street, which I guess was Cop Shop at the time, I was just thinking, like, why would anyone buy from me? Like, I'm just this little Instagram page with 20 followers. Like, why would you trust me? Why would you buy from me? So when I look back, I graduated with my marketing degree now. It's cool, all the marketing things that I used to do to kind of grow my page. So the first thing I ever posted was a pair of Yeezy, like, triple white cream 350s. And they were my personal shoes, but I posted them and marked them as sold, so people would think, like, her stuff's selling out.
That's so smart.
I need to get her stuff right now.
Yeah.
And then we would have, like, people from our high school wear the clothes instead of doing like product photos just on a blank background. Wear the clothes. So then they would repost it on their story. They would tell their friends. So just to see how the page has grown and evolved over time has been super cool.
Did you have someone that, like, you, like, tried to or took inspiration from that was, like, doing something similar, or did you just kind of just figure it out yourself?
I think definitely inspiration, but also inspiration to do something different. Like, I'd look at resale shops and I think, like, I don't want to be that expensive. Like, one of my goals is to people who not everyone knows about sneakers. Not everyone knows what's authentic or not. So I want to provide clothes and sneakers to people very transparently and at the price they really are. Because if you don't know anything about shoes and you're walking into a store and you see $450, you're just like, yeah, like, sure, that seems fair. But what if market's really at 200? Like, it's just looking at other people and maybe seeing how they maybe take advantage of some people, and just something that I really didn't want to replicate. But I did have some great reseller friends that taught me so much, and they helped me figure out, like, my identity as a reseller. Yeah. So yeah, definitely inspiration from people, but definitely realize some stuff that I don't want to do from some people.
And I hear you with the price. I mean, you could set the price at whatever right now, because there's a lot of people out there that just want that drip, you know. Mm-hmm. So they're like, if they don't know anything, they're like, $600. All right, let's do it. If that's gonna make me look dope, I mean,
yeah.
So the market, I mean, it's a seller's market for sure, right?
Exactly. And yeah, that would make me more money, but in the end, it's just like my passion, I guess, for fashion in general is I just want everyone to have access to these clothes. Like, no one needs to pay $70 for Carhartt double knees. Bottom line, like, they're $30 pants.
It looks sick.
You're a big Carhartt fan.
Carhartt is sick. I don't know. That little logo that they have, just.
I love them. I just I just price things different.
Yeah.
So many people have
That's
told
awesome.
me, like, you need to price your stuff higher. You need to do this. You need to do that. But bottom line, like, this is who I am, and I want everyone to be able to enjoy clothes the way I do, and to be able to do that, they need to be able to afford them. So
yeah. Plus, I mean, if they have such a strong opinion, they should just do it themselves, anyways, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What year did you see? Is it that COVID year where you saw, like, the largest growth in your business? And once you were able to put, like, that time in, that work in.
Yeah, that's definitely just like the whole rebranding process, and the time made just like a solid foundation that maybe wasn't there before. But then ever since then, I've done a couple pop-up events, and then just being in Spokane, going to Whitworth, I established a great community there. So ever since then, it's kind of just been great growth from there. But that was the foundation that set everything up.
Yeah, because your page is blowing up. So
Thanks.
And you got some good stuff. So did you want to talk a little bit about the Whitworth thing? How you're an athlete and the connections you made there, and how that applies to Heat Street?
For sure. So I think my athletic background is another reason why I'm so into sneakers and stuff. I played basketball and soccer in high school and was lucky enough to be able to do the same at Whitworth. And yeah, it just got me more involved with the Whitworth community. Just this past week, we had a pop-up event there. And it was great just to be able to make new connections, see old faces, old friends, just provide great affordable clothes to college students, like people who need it most, kind of. So that community has just been great for me. I was kind of scared to move from Tri-Cities business-wise, just because I established such a great community here. And then I realized that I can establish that community wherever I go. Like if I move to California right now, like, yeah, maybe it'll be a couple months grinding, getting some marketing out there. But I know in the end, I will be able to establish a good community around me because I'm selling good product at good prices.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome.
You got the marketing background too.
Yeah, it's helped a lot.
Yes.
Sounds like she's a lot different than a lot of the other resellers. For
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, definitely. Well,
In a good way, right?
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. In a good way.
The transparency and making things affordable for everyone. You know, obviously you still gotta have some kind of profit for the grind and part of your business, but
for sure.
You're not, you know, skyrocketing those prices. 'Cause, yeah, you can get screwed out here.
Yeah.
For some shoes that are very like, you know, very high.
Case in point right here.
No, just kidding.
Yeah. No. But anyways, yeah. Just wanted to get through that.
The Kobe system is probably my favorite right now. Or not the Kobe systems, the Kobe Grinches. You know those ones, the all green ones? Those are fire.
Those are nice.
They're real sought after, for sure.
Yep. Anything Kobe coming out right now is top of the line.
Didn't they re-sign a deal to keep making his shoes, I think?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think so. Yeah.
For a while there was like skepticism what they were gonna do.
Vanessa probably pushed that.
Yeah.
Push that forward. She wants to, I mean, as you should, the legacy live on forever, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
One of the greatest players ever. So, or athletes in general too.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick one pair of shoes that you could rock the rest of your life and that's all you could rock, what would they be and why?
One pair. Okay, let me think about it.
On the spot.
Right now, I'm really liking Dunks, specifically the ones I have on, the Spartan Green, like colorway, Michigan State Dunk, whatever. Yeah, so I really like green. I'm really into these. It would probably be some type of Dunk silhouette. I think they're super versatile. I'm really into low tops right now versus high tops. So.
What about you boys?
Well, I just got into Dunks, so
The
I mean,
you can literally wear the pandas with anything.
You can.
Right.
It's very versatile.
I think I'll like the. I'm trying to get the gray fogs, and those are kind of the same. You kind of rock them with anything. The white and the gray.
Yup.
I know. Well, that's where I'm going. Once she gets them, I mean, we got kind of a connection now through the podcast. So
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Bailey?
I just want to go barefoot.
Those barefoot shoes.
Like
with the
air
with
barefoot.
The toes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Dude, because I sent that to the group chat and you guys are hating on me.
Imagine if they made a toe Jordan.
That's funny.
Just the toe.
Yeah, that'd be actually kind of cool.
Yeah, just have
I'm sticking with Vans.
Vans.
Wear them with everything.
Yep, comfortable.
Yeah, you got the Hawaii Vans right now.
Dude, they're actually Star Wars Vans.
Oh,
there's a little Yoda on them.
Way off.
Oh.
Pretty cool.
These are actually something I have left from back in my day when I was collecting. Nice. So they've just been sitting in my closet for years.
Yeah, I think like anything white though. I feel like that's what I would rock just because it goes with everything. It's probably not even pandas. Maybe I'd probably just do like all white Vans.
I can't wear
Air Forces.
All white, like all white Chucks. I wear a lot of Chucks. So
Yeah.
I like Chucks too a lot.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You could go with pants. You can wear them with shorts. Dress them up, dress them down. I feel like depends on your fit, but.
So what's your Grail sneaker? Like what's the one that you want that you can't get or you've been trying to get?
Hands down, Travis Scott highs, like the original mocha colorway.
Okay.
Ever since those come out, like I really like the color brown first of all, but they're just so nice and such like a unique piece. Like you never see people walking around with those, but. They also carry a pretty hefty price tag.
Yeah. What are they selling for right now?
In my size, I'm probably paying around $2,000 for a new pair.
Oh, 2,000?
Yeah.
So what about like aren't the men's sizes a little bit more? So what would that be?
Yeah,
like
so
a male,
with the
like
Travis,
a 10 or 11 or something.
Yeah, they'd probably be more. Honestly, I haven't checked market recently, but for Travs, you can pay anywhere from probably like $2,000 to $3,000 for a new pair. Which is just crazy because then I'd be scared to wear them. Like outside, I'd probably get them and just leave them on my shelf forever and only wear them to important events. But
just take a picture of Mark sold again and blow it up a little bit.
That was a one-time thing.
Oh, she can get the Travis Scott.
Well, they're gonna start having like physical sneakers tied to like virtual sneakers.
like NFTs and stuff, right?
Yeah, like you have like if you buy the physical sneaker, you have like the NFT to be able to wear it, like with Mark Zuckerberg metaverse.
Yeah, the metaverse.
Well, if you go on like any of the social platforms now, if you actually go into like the settings, there's like you can create little characters now. So it seems like at some point, like I saw it on Instagram, even they're planning on like rolling something out for probably every platform, I'd imagine. So I bet you'll be able to like scan like a QR code or something on your shoebox, and then like maybe your little character would like wear them in the.
So you think they would? You think they would increase the cost of the shoe because you're getting something in like the virtual space?
Maybe they would have like some sort of upsell, like that's the virtual. If you pay, you get
a digital copy as well with it,
for another
paired with it. I mean, I feel like they could easily market.
What's crazy?
And who knows? There's no cap on that. Like, what if someone could sell the NFT with the shoe for $10 or maybe $1,000? There's no that limit, that price hasn't really been set yet before because it's so new. I feel like I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Lil Durk doing something?
He talked.
That's where. That's
Lil
where
Durk's doing like some virtual like sneaker company or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be like the new way to verify like a shoe is like, do you have the NFT first, and then it's like, do you actually have the shoe? Is this shoe in like mint condition? And then do you have the box? Because right now it's just like the shoe and then the box. But then it's gonna be like 3 layers. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think sneaker culture is gonna die because it's like I think Gary Vee was talking about it. It's like it's like not a status symbol, but kind of is like a clout. It's like a clout barometer, like social status. Like
100%.
That stuff is always like the blue check mark, right? Is like if someone has a blue check mark, they can have like 1 follower. You're like, man, what are they doing different? Like, or if they have like a certain shoe or something like that. I don't think that stuff's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just gonna keep evolving into just. It's just going to keep looking different, but it's always going to be around. It was around back then, and it's going to be around now, and it'll be around when we're 80.
Yeah, no, definitely. You have any thoughts on the like the recent news between like StockX and Nike, that beef that's going on?
Kind of crazy because people who really aren't in the sneaker community, I think that's what they rely on. Like everyone kind of knows what StockX is. Yep. But
it is, but
when people ask me about StockX, I advise them usually if it's a super high-end shoe like the Travis Scott, you would never buy that from StockX. Like they've always been known for the super high-end stuff that is just shady. And so apparently now it's trickling into the lower-end stuff, and that's just scary. But buying off StockX, period, you're paying more money usually than most other places, so it's always better. Just support small businesses.
Yeah, definitely.
You get your shoes faster too. So you don't have to wait 2 weeks. And if it's a reputable business, you'll get a real one. So kind of crazy what's happening. And if that platform like starts to fall or gets shut down, it would just change the game completely, I think. So we'll see what happens, but it could definitely affect the community a lot.
What even happened? I don't even know what happened.
Nike purchased, they were like doing some tests, and they purchased like 20 pairs of shoes from StockX, and I don't know what department within Nike, but Nike in general, and then like half of those shoes that they purchased were fake. They all bought Nikes, so they know if they're real or not.
Yeah, but who's reporting this?
Now they're taking them to court and all this stuff.
No way.
Yeah. So, and now they're getting all this PR stuff out and blasting them on social and telling people, don't buy from StockX because they're fake. But now StockX, I guess their mantra and their brand is built on saying, who knows if it's real or not, but they state that all the shoes they buy are 100% authentic, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So,
The problem with their business model is like essentially like eBay, from my understanding.
Seems like it, yeah. I've never purchased from them, but...
So what happens is someone like you could go on and list your pandas, and then someone buys them, and then you send them into StockX. And then
so it's like a middleman in a way. Yeah.
And then StockX verifies them. So if they have like some shitty employees that aren't really doing their job, that could be like one. That could be like one issue. There is like some guys like, oh, these look okay.
Yeah.
send them out the door.
Exactly. I
And
don't
they're
think
probably-
they're.
And maybe one of those pairs happened to be one that went to Nike.
And they're probably getting so many that they're just some guys
Exactly.
just didn't get his
Yeah.
coffee that morning. He just rushing them through like he doesn't care.
I don't think they're doing it on purpose. It's just there's such a big platform. So many
Yeah.
sneakers are going through there. And it really is hard to authenticate shoes sometimes. I don't know if you guys know anything about the process, but
No, you can talk about it. That'd be cool.
looking at like the fonts and the size tag can vary a lot. Looking at the box, the paper in the box, the smell of the shoe, the fabrics. You do a black light test. Like some sneakers, if they're manufactured in China, they want to make it look as authentic as possible. So with a black light, you'll be able to see like the little dashed lines that they have. So all their stitching is perfect, and then they'll have maybe a little stamp. So they're trying to make it as perfect as possible by following these little guidelines, but that's how you tell is you can just get a black light and do that little test.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So where did you learn like that process?
Just like,
Research and just kind of.
yeah, research,
time in the game.
reseller friends,
Okay.
YouTube,
I was
having
curious.
just sneakers in hand. Yeah, it just, you just kind of like the smell. Like you can't learn that over YouTube, so you just kind of learn it over time. It's just like the glue that they use
Yeah.
it just smells good. Like I don't know if you guys ever open up a box
No,
of
it-
shoes.
I have.
And just like,
yeah, I can smell it. I know the smell.
oh,
Like I didn't put my pandas on for like a couple of days because I was just
You're just
shoe
smelling it?
smell was like.
yep, it's the best smell
Well,
in the
you just
world.
open the box and you can smell it. You don't have to like put the shoe to your nose or anything. I mean, it's kind of getting weird now.
No,
but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
I don't know. It's just
there's a bunch of
I don't
different
buy
things.
shoes often, so.
Some people don't care about fake shoes though, right?
Right.
Some
yeah.
people are like, I'll wear fake shoes. Like,
Well, it's like, yeah, you talked about like no one's gonna get a black light and go up to your shoes and like inspect them. I mean, if you're a
Exactly.
big sneakerhead, like you could probably spot something out, maybe somebody walking like past us or whatever, right?
Yeah. Basically,
yeah.
like my opinion on that is obviously all the things I sell is 100% authentic, and personally, I only wear authentic, but you can't diss on the people who like maybe don't have the
Yeah.
money or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
and just like want to get these cool sneakers. I think if they're authentic about it and like, yeah, my shoes are fake, but I don't really care. Like
Yeah.
that's cool. Like
Yeah, no,
so
for
what?
sure.
But if you're like, hey, I just dropped $1,000 on these shoes and they really
On the
cost you
IG and
$100, like,
everything, and
bro,
yeah.
don't flex. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
nothing to flex. Yeah.
who do you think has had the biggest impact on sneaker culture?
Ooh. I think just like the influencer world in general, like there's something called the Kylie effect. So if she wears this shoe, like look at it on StockX the next day and it's just whew.
Skyrockets.
So maybe not like a specific person, but just like TikTok, Instagram, all the social media platforms and the influencers that like live in this world just have such a big impact that it doesn't matter. They just wear a shoe one time or show it for 2 seconds on their
Yep.
story and value automatically goes up.
Yeah,
It's pretty crazy.
how much. I mean, that's why they're called influencers because
It's just like
one post.
it's like sports cards too. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. Like Booker drops, 80 points or something crazy. His rookie card the next day is like way up in value. So it's the same
Yeah.
thing with sneakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yep.
that makes sense.
But it used to be like basketball players where I would see like the shoes that I liked, and now it's like Instagram.
What's your favorite basketball shoe? We were talking about it off camera, but I don't know. I feel like it's cool.
I like the Kobe lows. I forget like what number they are, but I used to wear only Kobe's playing AAU basketball. So like
Kobe's?
through and through, Kobe fan for
Kobe's,
sure.
yeah.
Love
I mean, they had the
Kobe's.
Tracy McGrady's with like
That's
the
what I
little
was gonna
wood
say.
in them.
Ooh.
I like the
Remember
one
those
with the blue stripes.
Yeah.
The black ones
Oh,
with the
those
blue
ones.
stripes. I can't remember which ones. I think there were
Those
threes
are-
or something.
We're talking 20 years ago almost, dude.
Dude, those are the
That's
best
so.
ones.
That's like a little under 20 years.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
think I
when we
wore
were in
those at
middle school.
AAU. Yeah, I think I wore those at AAU.
Yeah.
But do you remember like the LeBrons, like growing up, like how they were just
Like the
so
first
chunky.
ones? Yeah.
But then then like the
Bricks.
guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but like in AU, the guys would wear like the chunky LeBrons, and then they had like the Derrick Rose like ankle braces. Like
Oh, yeah.
they had the whole
Yeah.
drip. Like I
Yeah.
was like, dang.
The arm sleeve. One
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah.
They just sit out at 3 and just like
Or the one
Bing,
the
bing.
one leg sleeve.
yeah.
That's when like that was just starting to like come into fruition.
Oh yeah. I remember in Court Kids, so I probably had to be like 5 or 6 years old. I had these one Jordans. I don't know what number they were or whatever back then. And underneath there was like a picture of Michael Jordan. It was like in black and white, and just underneath it was a circle, just picture of Jordan. It was kind of cool. I've never seen anything like it ever since.
That's cool that you remember that.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite basketball shoe?
Yeah, I love playing in the 11s.
11s,
Either highs or lows. Not the most comfortable to play in, but I looked cool doing
Look
it.
cool.
So.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, I mean, it got you to play college ball, so I mean,
Yeah, right.
That's why I got to play.
So that's all that matters too, is that it looks good. I mean,
What's your favorite colorway of the 11?
Oh, I really liked the all red ones, and I had a bunch of them. I had the low, like golden white ones, the Georgetown, blue and gray. Currently, I have like the cool grays, the Breads, and the basic Concord. So I guess it would have to be the Concord, just because
The OGs are the best in my opinion.
Yeah, such
the
a
cool
good-
grays, Concords, and Breads.
cool grays. Yeah, I can't go wrong with those. What about you? What's your favorite sneaker or basketball shoe?
Probably either that McGrady one. I love that. I wore those I bought those again like 3 years or 4 years after like I wore them the first time just because I loved them. I like the D Wade ones too, the old school D Wade ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've always rocked
I guess
the
I haven't
D-Wade.
bought basketball shoes in so long because you played in high school, but you had the team shoes, so you're
Right.
limited. So I guess the last basketball shoes I bought, well, I guess the Currys too. Shoot, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
I had like the birthday confetti Steph Curry ones. I don't know. Those are kind of sick. I like
Yeah.
those. I rocked those for a couple of years. Hoop Fest.
They're all just a different time in your
Yeah,
in your
exactly.
hooping
Yeah, now I'm
journey,
thinking
you
about
know.
it.
Yeah,
I've never
everyone
thought
goes
about it
through
for so long.
phases.
Yeah, they're
It's
different.
just
Yeah.
a shoe for every phase. AU ball, just playing outside ball,
Yeah.
Hoop Fest ball. I don't know.
Hoop Fest ball, yeah. That's back, this year.
It is. I'm not playing this year,
Oh, you're not?
but nah.
Dang.
You playing?
I might make an appearance. I won one championship, so I gotta win one more before I call it a career. We'll see. Before we kind of wrap up, we're just kind of curious, or at least I'm curious, about like your schedule. How do you like schedule your days around this? Like, how much time are you putting in, and how do you like keep track of everything that you have going on?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I can't say that I've mastered it. So I finished with school a couple months ago, and I just started a full-time job, and I have another part-time job. So I kind of have a 9 to 5, and then Heat Street can be my 5 to 9, and then I really have a lot on my plate.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect. It's getting up early to get the work done before my actual like real 9 to 5 job, or staying up late. It's really tedious. Like, it doesn't seem like reselling is a lot of work, but it definitely is, especially like on the clothing side. Just you have to thrift, and then so it takes time to find the stuff first of all, and then you have to wash it, and then you have to steam it or iron it, and then you have to take photos, and then you have to upload it to the website, and then you have to do that like maybe 50 times for a drop. So it definitely adds up. Thankfully, I have a super great employee who's been helping me out just with that kind of stuff, like product photos. She helps me at pop-ups as well. So I guess I don't have a great answer for your question. Maybe ask me again in a couple months and I'll master it. But yeah, it's just when maybe you don't want to work, you just have to like suck it up. And it's hard because being your own boss, there's no one to tell you like, hey, get your hours in or else you're not going to like see a paycheck basically. So yeah, just early mornings, late nights.
I think we should talk about some thrifting tips.
Yeah.
What in your experience, what places have been the best, and then what tips would you give other people that either want to start thrifting or are thrifting? Mm-hmm. Like what's the secret?
So I really like the Goodwill bins. Have you guys ever heard of the bins?
Yeah.
So instead of like clothes on hangers on racks, everything's just thrown into bins that get recycled. Well, the one in Spokane does it every 2 hours. So every 2 hours, this whole floor of like probably like 2 times the size that's one bin, and there's probably 20 on the floor at the same time with just piles of clothes. It's stinky. It's gross.
Sure, there's some weird stuff in there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
like,
where the gems are found, I imagine. Is what you're getting
but
to.
it is. And when you buy there, it's by weight. So it's not $5 for this shirt. Yeah. The more you buy, the lower your cost per pound goes. So that's my personal favorite, but it's not for everyone. Like, yeah, it's messy. It's competitive. There's a lot of people who do it full time. There's like a little bins community.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you like get together and kind of trade, or like, hey,
That's
what'd
cool.
you get?
Interesting.
So I love the bins. Other thrift stores like Value Village, Goodwill, any mom and pop shops are great too, but they have kind of like caught on to the trends, and if they see like anything with a Nike sign, that t-shirt's automatically like $7, which is good for if you're not really looking to resell. But if you're looking to resell, like, profit margins just go down tremendously when you do that. And then when you're thrifting, a couple of tips to look for. Obviously, any big brands are always good. So Nike, Adidas, Carhartt, Tommy Hilfiger, bunch of that stuff. And then when you get into like trying to see if it's vintage or not, you can look at the tags. So just like over the years, you can see the evolution of the Nike tag. So if you see a certain tag, you know this is from the 90s, you know this is from the 80s.
That's smart.
If it's kind of like printed directly on, not like a loose hanging tag, but just like a screen print tag, it's not old, basically. You can look at the sleeve. So I don't know if you guys can see the sleeve. It has 2 stitch lines, and that means it's newer. So back then, like, I think it's like 2000s and prior, there was only 1 stitch line.
Yeah, I got 2.
So you just like see that and you're like, oh, this is vintage. Trying to think of what else.
Yeah, dude.
I got 2. Legacy, Jay. Vintage.
What's I kind of have 2 questions, I think. What's like the craziest thing you found thrifting? And then what's like your biggest profit margin from like one item you've found thrifting?
So it wasn't thrifting. I can answer those both with one item. It wasn't thrifting in the bins, but just OfferUp. Do you guys know the app? Like OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. There used to be another one, but it combined with OfferUp. I'm not sure what it was. But those are also great, like thrifting platforms. So I found this vintage chalk line. I forgot who the player was, but it was a Seattle Supersonics jacket. So nice on OfferUp. And it was in like this little ghetto neighborhood in Spokane. So I went there, bought it from the person. Didn't really realize like what it was. Like, I knew I was going to profit from it, but didn't realize how clean it was, how rare it was. So then I get home and I look it up on eBay, and people are selling this for like $750, this jacket. And I got it for $30. So I ended up flipping it to a local Spokane shop and sold it for $500 to them. And I'm sure they have it listed for like $800, $1,000. But that was super cool, because you never find those profit margins with a piece of clothing. Usually sneaker margins are better than clothes. But that was just so cool.
That's really cool.
Dang.
What do you follow Gary Vee at all, or do you know who that is? Like, he's huge on the whole flipping thing, so I didn't know if maybe you got some motivation from that, or what like made you just start like flipping, like more than just sneakers?
I think it was just like, at the time when I first started, I didn't have a job, and like money to me, $10 was like, shoot, that's pretty good. So just thrifting one day for fun, not really with a purpose, and finding like that Tommy Hilfiger crew quarter zip and flipping it, and just realizing that if you do this in larger quantities, put more time in this, that I could make money. That's pretty much what inspired me. Like, there wasn't really an influencer or anything, just realizing, looking around Tri-Cities, and there wasn't really a lot of resellers. Like, there was kind of one store and not really many Instagram pages and stuff. So there was just good opportunity. So that's kind of what made me do it. But now there's a whole bunch of reselling pages in Tri-Cities. I feel like it blew up in the last couple years. So many people flipping sneakers, doing that stuff just because there's good money in it. It's a good side hustle. But yeah, just kind of.
Do you get a high from a good find?
Yes.
A little bit of an addiction, healthy addiction.
Yeah, it's just like a treasure hunt when you see something in the bins.
Jeff knows.
You find something good. It's whoa, like it's worth it today. Because sometimes you go to the bins and you don't find anything. You're like, oh, why am I a reseller? Like, why do I do this? I just wasted 2 hours in my day. But on the days you find good stuff, it's just like you feel on top of the world, kind of.
Dang.
How do you feel? Have you thought about like expanding like your social like presence by like starting a channel or anything like that, or just with Instagram?
It'd be pretty dope if you vlogged like your thrifts and whatnot. I think, and made little like maybe daily reels or something.
It's a lot of extra work, but yeah.
Yeah, that's
with
pretty
you
much
having a
what's
job,
holding me back.
Yeah.
Is I would love to get like a TikTok going and all that stuff. I just don't have the time. I mean, maybe I do if I like just really focus. But right now, the biggest move we recently did was doing the website. So that's been going great.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And hopefully someday like I'll have a store. But for right now, I'm pretty content with Instagram and a website, and hopefully finding more time to do TikTok would be great because TikTok is so powerful. It's crazy. So
I feel like a black light video when you're inspecting the shoes and stuff. You did a TikTok with that. That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Room raiders.
I mean,
You're getting room raiders.
that's funny. I think, I think that would be cool content for sure. Like showing people your verification process.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Because
just,
I knew nothing.
that
about
gives
it.
you way more credibility. And like someone like him, if he were just scrolling through and he saw that, there's probably a chance he would maybe buy from you over,
Yeah, well, you're
the other store bought from.
well, yeah, not name dropping, but yeah, just the credibility. I mean, yeah, because I, like you said, like had no idea that was a thing. I knew there was some kind of process, but if you're like walking somebody through it, I mean, even if it's like super quick, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's so many
some credibility to that aspect.
I think there's so many people like getting into sneakers that aren't like sneakerheads per se. So like,
For sure.
Name
there's so
a
many,
couple.
There's so many.
For what? What would you say?
He wants me to say your name. I said there's a lot of people that are getting into sneakers.
Oh, yeah,
that aren't
I'm
like
not.
sneakerheads, right? So like they don't.
I'm a newbie. I'm just
They
catching
don't-
the wave.
No, we know. I mean, it's easy to spot them.
I'm just catching the wave.
It's easy to spot them.
No, it's just like the guy wearing like the LeBrons with like the whole like 2 arm sleeves and like the headband, like and the double Nike
There's probably
socks.
someone at the park down the street with that right now.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just, like
Sunday hoop
but,
session.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can definitely spot them. But I just like the Pandas. There's no other real shoes
Yeah,
that I
it's
really
clean.
like. I don't know.
Have you ever flipped
Yeah.
a pair?
No.
Have you?
No.
Yeah, a lot.
Oh really?
Well, I sold like all mine.
Used
I
to
had
be
my
in
collection.
the game.
What's funny is I sold all of my sneakers, and then I just like had all this cash, and one of the things I bought was a camera just for fun, with like no like background of like photography, and
That.
now we're here.
that's
So
what you
sneakers
did?
kind of
Yeah.
got me here in a weird way.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
that's
Kinda funny.
awesome.
That's cool. I actually had
That's
like the
cool.
same thing too, because I sold the Pirate Blacks, and I needed like the cash in college, and so I bought like I forget what kind of camera I bought, but I was like, dude, I want to start like making videos.
Yeah, it's honestly, that's kind of what got me to this point.
That's crazy.
When you sold your whole collection, did you sell it like bulk, or how did you
It was just
sell
over
it all?
time. I mean, there was some people I would sell like, I don't know, a couple pairs at a time too. I had a
Yeah.
buddy that bought like probably 10 pairs from me. Troy.
Oh yeah.
Troy bought a bunch from me. Jake brought it.
Troy.
Actually,
Yeah,
Jake bought
bought
a handful.
right?
Yeah. Now like I wish I had all of them still.
Yeah, I bet.
It wasn't as
The
cool
back
back
of it.
then, and now it's like even cooler to have all that shit. But
Yeah.
so I
It
wish
got
I wish I
it
still
got
had
you
all of
it got you the start for all this. you
Yeah.
know? That's what you do. Entrepreneur. So
Hey, the new segment that I wanted to add before we sign off here is like for the off-flight guys. I want you guys to share something that you learned in this past week, or something motivational to the kids out there.
I had a short work week this week. So
Dude,
Hey,
only got like a couple days to work
what
with.
did you learn or something? You give us something.
Actually, I wanted to ask Macey one more thing too.
Okay, go ahead. Then you'll have more time to think about it.
Any plans for like pop-up shops in Tri-Cities? Because I know you did the Spokane one. I don't know. You talked about maybe doing some more, but I don't know if Tri-Cities.
Yeah, I would love to do one just to see like the community that I still have here.
Yeah.
Pop-ups are one of a kind. You just get to, it's great doing business through Instagram, but you don't really get to see people face to face. You don't get to see someone like pick up the shirt off the rack and be to their friend like, oh my gosh, like I have to get this. So I definitely want to come back to Tri-Cities and do a pop-up soon. I've been talking to my employee about it. I'm just trying to figure out schedules and stuff. So yeah, I just need to get connected with a business, get their parking lot and set something up. But for sure,
I wonder if we can,
Yeah,
I wonder if we can
connections.
kind of help you out with that.
Let's make a little video. I can help.
Yeah, that
we
would
do
be
like
so
some
awesome.
sort of little marketing deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be great. I
highlight.
really need to get back into Tri-Cities and just.
I'm sure we can like figure out a parking lot easy for like someone we know.
Oh, yeah.
We got options. Yeah.
We got options. Do something.
Bro,
that would be so
you can do
awesome.
something.
Get all the gym bros. Just do it out in front of Impact. When
Oh,
all the
yeah,
gym
we
bros
could
are
do it at
showing
Impact.
up. You could.
Oh,
slay
they
some
like
Get
to
the
rock-
pump covers.
That'd
they
be
like,
kinda
they like to
sick.
rock
That's a good
sneakers
idea.
out there at that. I don't know if you saw the last pod we did.
Yeah.
But, they like to rock a lot of those kicks out there, especially
Yeah.
Zach. He was
Yeah. I
rocking
feel like
dunks
that'd be
on
a
the show,
perfect
so
place.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I just
we can
I did a
swing it?
pop-up in Spokane I think it was last year. Oh yeah, last fall. I picked a parking lot like close to Whitworth and it was just great. Got so many Whitworth people out there, got people like from random high schools.
Yeah.
It's just cool to see like how'd you start following Heat Street? Like how did we even get connected? And they're like, oh, my friend bought shoes and posted on his story and then I had to follow you and then I saw someone else was here so I came.
Yeah.
So it's just cool to like trace back to see how we're growing. And with pop-ups, we also did private shopping a couple months ago. So in my house right now that I live in, we have a basement that I have a whole room that's just a Heat Street room. So I keep it for inventory and I kind of turned it into a little shop for a couple weekends in a row. So
Okay.
it was kind of like a pop-up, but more intimate.
Yeah.
And that was great too. So yeah, I definitely want to do more in-person things and Tri-Cities would be great place
Yeah,
to start.
that'd be cool. Maybe like summertime or something. You think
Yeah.
you'd be ready by then?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be ready tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Ooh, tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, we can talk to some people and then obviously we'll stay in contact regardless. With
Make
you.
a little video
we'll-
too.
Yeah, we'll figure something
You could
out.
DJ.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
dope.
awesome. I feel like you guys could be there
I still want
and
to
like
DJ.
talk to people who buy stuff, like
Oh,
do
yeah.
little mini podcasts. Like,
Oh,
what'd
yeah.
you
what
pick
if-
up today?
Yeah,
Like,
what if we? Yeah, that could be. That'd be part of the video. I imagine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jeff could
Yeah, that'd be cool.
figure out what he wants to do with
That's
that.
a cool
Working
idea.
with you, do
That'd
a
be
little highlight
sweet.
reel. But yeah, definitely just be out there and support.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, that'd be cool. And then yeah, we can probably share some stuff on our page and just tell our friends, people that
Yeah.
we know. So and it's a good location out there because it's right off of Clearwater and I don't know, it's
Yeah.
pretty busy over there. In
That'd be
Kennewick,
perfect.
So, on that side of the
Let's
side
make
of
it
town.
happen.
So yeah, that'd be dope.
All right, Bailey.
All right, here's your cue your thing in.
I got my thoughts.
You got your.
Yeah,
I
but you're
didn't
going
think.
first though.
I'll go
got my
first.
thoughts.
I was just thinking lately, and I think like we're all kind of working on this, and it's part of the reason why we hang out with each other is because we're all like trying to like better ourselves. Dude, just being realistic with like discipline for myself. Like lately, just like really being disciplined with stuff that I know I want to do. Like it's just about mapping it out and then like taking care of those steps to get to that spot. So just being like just aware of the discipline that you have in your life, man, dude.
Yeah.
It helps so much when you're like, this is what I got to do. This is like what it's going to take to get it done. And like when you do that, it's so fulfilling.
yeah,
But man, I struggle sometimes for sure, especially like when it comes to like diet for like working out. I'm a certified snacker for sure. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like even with like business and whatnot, I don't know. I just always like to share that with people. It's just,
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone has goals out there and everyone has things that they want to accomplish, and it's just a matter of just laying it out, just manifesting it, drawing it, whatever. Just taking those steps every single day.
Sure.
Surrounding yourself with people that are motivating you to do more, you know, just being realistic with yourself. I don't know. I think that's not necessarily like a piece of advice, but just something to be aware of.
yeah,
A book I'm reading right now, it's called Atomic Habits, and it's like, it's pretty basic, and like you read it and you're like, well, duh. But like sometimes you need to like read something like that just to remind you, right? And like something like that, like it's just helped me with like discipline for little things. Whether it's like, you know, doing my laundry like right when it comes out of the dryer, just shit like that. Like pretty basic. It'd be a good book for you to read though, I think.
Yeah, I think
maybe you've read it. It's like
I
think
have
it's
it.
pretty popular.
I have it, but I haven't read it yet. But I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it's super like basic, but sometimes you just need those reminders.
That's the foundation. Once you build the foundation,
yeah,
then that's going to transition over to larger things. And yeah, I mean, you can't start large. You got to start the basics, the small things, the small steps.
I think for me, so my business, I've been doing it alone for like, I don't know, the last 5 years. And like my one tip for people, like no matter what you're doing, you know, if it's sneaker reselling or whatever, don't be afraid to ask for help or to, you know, build a team, because you can go a lot farther with a team, in my opinion, than you can alone. And that's just something I'm realizing because like I've spent all this time like trying to grow just by myself. And like just in like the last 3 months, I've started working with a couple other individuals, and like it's just opened up a ton of opportunity. So
That's a good point, actually, because I remember growing up thinking like, oh, you got to do it all by yourself, which at like some point you got to put in the work for yourself.
Yeah.
But like to get to that next level, like you got to network or have a whole team.
Yeah, don't have too much pride to ask for help too.
For sure.
That's kind of, that kind of transitions into mine is like becoming a manager at the top of the year. Like it's not something I've learned this week, but every day managing somebody, but I'm just so used to juggling everything myself and not being able to like let go and delegate just because I want just the total control, just because I've been so used to that. So now just every day, like little by little, just trying to like delegate, get things off my plate, trust others, you know?
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. So just because I want my hand in it all, essentially.
Yeah.
Because it does, I mean, if there's any errors or anything like that, it does fall back on you, but you got to have that trust that that individual that you're working with is going to perform just as well as you know, essentially. So, yeah. And that's how you get to the next level. Because we only have so much time.
Yeah, that's exactly what
that's
what I've come to a realization of. Like my time only goes so far.
And then you get overwhelmed and stressed, and that's going to reflect on your output of work, quality, time efficiency, like all that. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different factors and layers to it, but yeah, that's kind of one thing. So.
I think you're young and motivated. Like you share something too.
I think, I guess after just like being around you guys and reselling, I think you just need to do what you're passionate about. Like, don't go to school for something that's going to make you the most money. Don't settle for a job when you have something you're passionate about and could start a business. Like, all it takes is a camera or one thrifting trip to start something, and don't like. Just do what you want to do. Don't care about what other people have to say, because it can turn into something great. And at the end of the day, if you're really doing something you love, then that's going to go so much farther than something you don't. So I guess my piece of advice is to just be confident in yourself and what you want to do and go for it. Because if not, you're just going to regret it.
Yeah.
And or you're going to be doing something that you're not super passionate about, and then it's going to lead to like not great results. So if you want to start that business, if you want to go to school for this thing, do it.
Yeah. Do it. That's a nice segment, man. You know, your kudos. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Man, you know.
Same.
You
forced us into it a little bit, but
I did, yeah,
but it's good. It's good to open up, have those
stuff.
conversations. It's good to like, it's not venting, but I can't think of the word right now, but just, being open with those things, because I mean, you can internalize it, but I feel like once you have like an open discussion with like-minded people, you know, those thoughts that you have can keep you on track, or they can even elevate to a degree. So you're only going to improve, you know, and that's what we're all trying to do.
Right.
So
Yeah.
better ourselves.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I think that's a good note to end it on.
Yeah.
We're at the layover.
yeah,
with
layover. Let's do a
Macey.
little plug in for that.
Yeah, the layover here at Flight. It's a good spot. They got a little DJ booth right there. Outside patio. It's a good vibe.
DJ's Friday night, Saturday night, and then they should have a day DJ here at some point on Sundays, like a day fade thing. So
Yeah, day fade. I like that.
upstairs a flight. So
Yeah. We're with Macey, and yeah, check out Heat Street on Instagram, the website.
We'll pull it up here.
Yeah, we'll put it right there.
Right there somewhere.
Perfect.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys
Yeah,
so
no,
much.
thank you.
It was awesome
Yeah.
to talk to you guys.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on. We'll keep in touch, and like we got to do that. We got to do that event.
Yep, the
That'd be
pop-up's gonna
sweet.
happen.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be sweet.
That'd be fun.
That'd be dope. Yeah, I think the nice weather's coming around, so
It better.
get a nice day, nice Saturday or Sunday or something like that.
Yeah, let's
So.
do it.
Sweet.
Cool.
We're out.
Awesome. Peace.